What up, Laker Nation? You hit your boy Kareem, aka Mr. 100 Likes. How you guys doing? Wow. Let's get to it. Man. I want to talk about the truth with the Lakers and Russell Westbrook. I didn't do a video yesterday because I said, I'm gonna do something different. I'm really gonna analyze this Westbrook thing and look back on some games and looking at the guys who they saying trade Westbrook for and different things like that. So I said, let me just go, see what's up with that, because a lot of guys in the media, Chris Broussard and these guys, and a lot of they trade predictions and things they saying what they would do, I disagree with. Talk about throwing in 2 first-round picks with Russ and things like that. So I really buckle down, look at the pros and cons of each assets and different things like that. So I looked at the Pacers trade that everybody talking about, and I looked at the Hornets trades. And first and foremost, people have to take into consideration what Russ been through this year. It's not easy. A lot of players in the NBA wouldn't have survived that. He went to a new team. He didn't have no preseason. Jumped right into the regular season. No preseason with Bron and AD. Jumped right into the regular season. Struggled with he normally pick up a little bit later, but that happens in a long season. You're gonna have guys struggles sometimes. But I've listened to his exit interview, and he said some things while saying it. Well, he said it, and you can see what he was saying. He was confused the whole season. Bron and AD saying one thing, and management and the coaching staff saying another. So he felt a little betrayed. So a lot of things then trying to play. And then you got guys like Skip Bayless putting blooper reels of him. It's not easy to play under them conditions. Now, Westbrook plays with a lot of heart, and he took a lot this year, stuff with his family and things like that. So we got to take that in consideration. He had one of his worst seasons in the league, and he still put up solid numbers. He wasn't as bad as people made it out to be. His turnovers went down. Yes, he turned the ball over. Yes, sometimes it be at the times you don't need it. But at the end of the day, a lot of guys in the NBA, do these things. But he highlighted because he playing with the Los Angeles Lakers. And I looked at the trades, and I'm seeing Westbrook better than every last one of them guys that's about. Like, far as he can do more with a team, like far as carry a team. And that's what you want in the NBA. See, people look at individual numbers all the time, but you want a player impact. That's what you have to look at, the impact. His impact on the game, I think, stronger than them guys. Because mind you, he's the lead guy, and he got his guys to the playoffs. So we got to look at that. He's the best player in the trade. So now let's look at the assets. For one, he is who he is. He brings star power. That's always a plus, because at the end of the day, it's a business. You always will want that star power coming into your building. 2, he do some things. See, my thing is very important. Talent, skills, heart, and athleticism is things that I look for in players. So Russ has some of that. Like, his skill level ain't the best, but he has some athleticism. Right now, it's not the best, but he has a lot of heart. So those, like, definitely positives right there. Then he has an expiring contract, which every team, you can do damage and you can reshape your organization and your team by having cap space. So that's nothing to sneeze at. And I really looked at it. I don't know if I'm adding any first round picks into the trade. And see, the Lakers have to stand strong on their square. The Lakers, now truth with the Lakers cannot, I'm hearing Broussard and them, they wasting LeBron years and things like that. You got to do it. You got the LeBron always, was good when he had shooters around him. The worst mistake the Lakers can make, build around LeBron James. You just cannot. LeBron James is not the same player. I know a lot of people don't like it, but it's the truth. I've been pointing this out for a couple years now. He's been declining. As far as, yes, he put up good numbers, but the numbers is not impactful at all. If you look at it, we still lose, and the way we lose it's just not impactful. For instance, look at Anthony Davis, for instance. His game against Philadelphia, you could see the impact, and you felt the impact when he went up against Joel Embiid. You could see it. So, and his numbers, like I said, he played a good game that game. So Anthony Davis, when they both have good games, Anthony Davis' impact is stronger than LeBron James' impact. That's why all the time I tell you guys, you just cannot just go based on numbers. It's impact of the game. Anthony Davis will affect the game more than LeBron right now in this career. And this notion that, and see, guys like Trevor Lane, I hate to even keep speaking on this, but I'm saying this because, and it's not a knock against Trevor Lane, but the first thing they look at is guys' three-point percentage. My thing is this: forget that. Forget all that shooter stuff. If you think about it, now I want to educate some of you guys on this. Think about it. How many guys who just can't shoot? Like when I mean can't shoot, some kind of times guys can't dismiss. But I mean where like a Ben Simmons, his shot looks ugly from the start. It don't even look good from the start. Guys like Bo Outlaw. Some guys you could look at like, oh, they shot just don't look good at all. We don't have that many guys in the league like that. For the most part, guys got a a good release. They might not shoot high percentage, but once you have, the key is when you have the mechanics, all you may have to do is tweak some things, maybe the foot end, your balance, you know what I mean? Maybe don't rush the shot, but the key is the good mechanics. And if you look at it from the 1 to the 3, a lot of 90% of, I'm gonna say maybe 95% of the guys got good mechanics. They might shoot, don't look at, okay, he may shoot 30% from the three-point line, but he has good mechanics. So the key to building the team is, that's what I said, don't worry about, oh, shooters and look at, oh, he shot 41%, this guy shot 39%, because the Joe Harrises, Davis Bertans, Danny Green, and Wayne Ellington, they don't get you nowhere. You need guys in the NBA. The way to build the team, you get guys who got heart, that's dogs, guys that has athleticism, and guys who have some skill set. See, the key, cause that's the key to winning. That always been basketball from the beginning to the end. See, the Lakers and a lot of these teams, because the rules changed, the rule changed, everybody wanted to go, oh, we need shooters and suit out these guys. And some of these guys just don't be good, and they don't have the necessary things you need to win. You always will win with guys that has heart and that toughness and that grit and that dog in them. Guys who athletic, you need athletic guys. That's basketball. Just think about when we was kids. Then nobody pick guys, oh, I want him because he know how to shoot. Just think when we just have regular pickup games full court. You need those, the type of guys you need. And the NBA and a lot of organizations, Lakers and a fool goals, start thinking other things is that stick to the strip. You have 75 years of basketball in existence as far as the NBA. Stick to the strip that what has always been. Like I said, athleticism, heart, and some skill set. That's the key of it. And then after that, things will all fall in place. You always will benefit. For instance, I'm gonna give y'all, for instance, Philadelphia 76ers. They had J.J. Redick, Marco Bellinelli, Dario Saric, Ersan Ilyasova, all them guys. They had even more guys than that. Shooters. Oh, Sixers got shooters all around the board. But when they played the Celtics, Terry Rozier and them, they shut their shooters down and went up in them and they tucked their tail. That's why it's very important when you have athletes and you have guys with dogs mentality. You always have a fighter's chance. That's why the Clippers always gonna have a fighter's chance, because they have athletes and they have guys with dog mentality and some guys who have some skill set. That is the key, and that's the formula of winning. And that's what the Lakers need to stick to, and they need to get back to. Forget all that. Don't build around LeBron James. Make sure you get a gorilla next to Anthony Davis, someone at that center who's going to take on some of the responsibilities. And see, that's what you got to do in today's NBA. Don't be fool's gold and thinking outside shooters. For instance, when Brooklyn, big game, Brooklyn and Sixers. Joel Embiid, he brought the toughness. He brought it, the fight. But he looked around, none of his players brought the fight. Thibault tucked his tail. Tobias Harris tucked his tail. James Harden tucked his tail. Them guys tucked their tail and didn't compete. Joel Embiid, you can see at the beginning, he was into it, going back and forth with against guys, against Kevin Durant, and then he looked around and he ain't seen nobody fighting with him. That's why when you have the guys that grit, you good, and you know when they understand the moment and they come there, yo, we got your back, we gonna fight. You got the skills, you got the athleticism. That's why if you look at the league, you look at guys, even you just look at it. When guys like have this Minnesota, that's short sample size, but I just want to point out something. Them guys is flying around the court. Pat Bear brought that gorilla out them. They all was pumped up. They fought. Athleticism, get the 50-50 balls. They doing them things. Those things you need to win. That's what the Lakers need to go out this year. Go look for guys' skills, athletic guys. You need athletic guys, and you need grit, heart, and that's just what it is. And I tell people this, man, it's very important because, like, that's why I'm a John Morant fan. John Morant climbing up my ladder as one of my top 5 favorite players in the league, because he's showing that. He's showing everything, all the tangibles, what I said. And what I respect him more, and when I said day one, you guys know, when I saw him go at Andre Iguodala, like, oh, I'm not going to Memphis, I don't want to play with them. He came for a rookie. He said, man, well, get your old ass out of here. Bye. He said it, then Dylan Brooks said it, and it carried on to the team, and he becoming the player he is now. Their identity. These guys is different. Today's is different from back in the days. These guys, they're not scared of these guys. They going at these guys, these veteran guys, straight at them, and every which way as fast as it is. That's why I don't respect Zion Williamson. I took a lot of flack because I told y'all my source told me from day one. Zion been bitching from the time New Orleans got the #1 pick. I told you guys, oh, how you know? Oh, he said he happy. Man, listen, it been a lot of problem behind the scenes with them, and they were trying to maneuver shit because Zion was not happy from the gate, from the time they got the lottery, the #1 pick, and to trying to maneuver. Knicks trying to move up to do some things, and David Griffin was not going for it on the strength because they was on the verge of losing Anthony Davis. They know they had to get rid of Anthony Davis, and they got a thing as Zion Williamson coming in, so that wasn't happening. God don't like ugly. I want to bring good religion in this, but God don't like ugly. Now the thing, like I said, I don't respect Zion Williamson because, number one, my God, you from South Carolina. It's not like you from a big city, New York, Los Angeles, and you like, even I don't even go for that. You should be thankful. God don't like ungrateful people. You should always be thankful to be in, and you grew up poor. You should be thankful that you made it to the league, you successful, and you grew up in South Carolina. Memphis and New Orleans is better cities than South Carolina. South Carolina is there. I've been to all 3 of them, and Memphis is popping. South Carolina and New Orleans, they all better cities than South Carolina. So my thing is this: he had really no reason to be complaining and bitching, and he did it. Now he stay hurt, and things is not right for him. God don't like ugly. He gets you in other ways. So I say that to say this: it's very important. These guys, the Lakers, had to go back to the blueprint of basketball. Forget all that, the new NBA, you need to be like this, you need to be. Go basketball, make sound basketball decisions. Good players that's going to work, guys who going to compete. When it's going good tough, they're going to pump their chest and they're going to fight to the end. That's what you need, and they have the skill set to do it, and they have the athleticism to compete. You need those things. That's the way to build a team, and that's just what it is. So I ain't mean to make this video this long, but this definitely needs to be heard, and that's what the Lakers need to do to get back on track. You cannot build around LeBron James. That's just what it is. LeBron could just be your guy to get you some points and be the face of the franchise, but building around him, get players that fit him, you just cannot do it. And you guys have to really look. Them guys who they talk about the Lakers getting, they have a lot of holes too. I could poke holes in Malcolm Brogdon. I could poke holes in Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield is not performing his contract. You know what I mean? I could poke holes in Terry Rozier. And NBA, like I said, it's sad because, and this is the thing, the NBA, like I said, they enable because, and that's why Dennis Schroeder did what he did, because he looked back in history Guys can play like shit and no matter what and still get paid. That's why he thought he still was gonna pay. That's why he asked for 100. Because you look at a guy like Gordon Hayward. Gordon Hayward got the big contract with Boston. He got hurt. Never done anything in Boston. Turned around, still got $100 million with Charlotte. Never done anything with Boston. He still got rewarded. That's why Dennis Schroeder thought, he looked at the history, saw guys like Chandler Parson and a lot more guys that play like shit and still get a big contract. So he said he turned down the $84 million because he felt he still can do that. After only averaging, like, being mediocre with the 15 points and like 5 or 6 assists he was averaging with the Lakers. See, that's very important. The NBA, like I said, they enabling stuff when these guys here get incentivized by not doing much. And us, the people, we out here fighting and, you know, arguing with each other. And a lot of these guys don't bring it every night. So, you know, like I said, I'm going to end this video. I need you guys to subscribe. Definitely subscribe to this channel. I'm just heating up. Like, subscribe. Peace.